Hey everybody, it is day 14 of the 1-2-3 Draw 30-day challenge. Today we're going to draw the city of Philadelphia. And if you were here for day 13, you're going to draw it right on the background of your Ben Franklin Bridge. If you were not here, you're just going to take your paper and draw a line straight across. And you're going to treat everything the same, but right about here, like almost halfway across the paper, you're going to kind of fade it out. This would be the Delaware River. So that is what you see in this area there. And I would just fill this in with the Delaware River. I'm going to demonstrate on this paper for those people who are following from day 13. All right, so we are going to be drawing 6 primary buildings. So that means we've got to get 6 buildings in this area. So I want to try to make sure that I can get all 6. And I know I can draw right up to about this point. So I'm going to put my 4 fingers there and make little light dashes. So that's 4 buildings. So I have enough room to get 2 more, 5, and 6. We are going to add a few buildings in the background, but these are the main buildings that we're going to draw. And we're going to start with one of the tallest buildings, but the tallest building that we're going to work on for now is going to be this building here. So it's going to come up to about, I'm going to leave myself like 2 finger room space and make a rectangle right there. All right, so now I'm going to continue to make rectangles. These 2 buildings are the Logan Square buildings, and they're identical, and they're just a little wider. So they do have a specific rooftop that makes them stand out. We'll get back to that. All right, so over here we're going to go for the Mellon Bank building, and it's also going to be about the same height as these buildings. So it's going to leave a spot right there. And then over here, we're going to make Liberty 1 and Liberty 2. So these buildings are going to be taller than this one. So we're going to go a little bit taller there. Now, behind the Mellon Bank building, we're also going to place another Comcast building. But we'll go back to that. So there's going to be one extra, the tallest building in Philadelphia. We'll go back there. But we've got to get past this point. All right, so we've got our rectangles representing our building spaces. So let's start with our details. We'll go to the biggest building that we have this far. And we're going to put a rectangle on the top here. And this is actually a cutout in the building. So it's very dark looking. So that's okay to darken that. And then I'm going to go ahead and darken the whole side of this building. This is going to give it that like 3D effect. Now this is a far in the distance sketch, so we're not worried about too much detail on this. We're just going to get the idea that the city's back there. Now it has another part of the building on the top of that. So another little square and a shadow. Now the rest of the building I'm just going to make gray. I believe that this building has a very mirror-like surface. So I'm going to color nice and light. Shadow that in, just use my finger and make it gray looking. Okay, so let's go over to these twin buildings, the Logan Square. On the top of here, there are 2 diamond shapes, which can be hard to draw. So I make the letter V on both of those buildings like that. They're identical buildings. Then I make another V on top, which you can see makes little diamonds. So you could try to make them a little bit more shapely. And then I'll darken the edge of this building here. Now these buildings do have more facets to their roofs and details. So if you really wanted to get detailed with this, you could look up pictures of them and give them the true detail they deserve. I'm just going to use stripes for windows. And just to give the idea that these are floors in a building and there's probably windows there and a little bit of blending. I could pretend there's buildings in the background by just kind of like even putting dots. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Make it look like there's rows of windows. I could put some foliage down here, like these are trees, or maybe some greenery that lands on the bank of the Delaware River. So we can fade this part out. All right, and then we're going to go on to finish our next couple of buildings. So right here we have, I believe it is the sorry, I forget the name of that building. Let me click back on it. What was the name of that building? All right, well, let's move on. The top of this building has a pyramid, and it's a little bit in from the side. So on the top, I'm going to make a little triangle, and I'm going to shadow half of that triangle. See how it kind of makes that pyramid-like shape? And I'm going to make like a little platform around it. And then I'm going to color this side of the building nice and dark. Okay, so this building here is also going to have, the stripes going across to make it look as if there are windows. Oh, that's the Mellon Bank building. And over here, we're going to place Liberty 1 and Liberty 2. Now, Liberty 1 and Liberty 2 have really cool tops. All right, but we're not going to be drawing too much of their detail. So we're just going to make a line going up and then like kind of step into the center with a tower. So steps. You can kind of make stripes across there to make those steps look more like steps. Darken one side. All right, another thing you could do is just make a little rectangle and then another little one and then another little one and then another little one. You can kind of round off the top of these. And that one doesn't get the lightning rod. Even though they're towers that they're matching, they are not identical. All right, so now let's give this building here some window-ish like lines, and we are almost done. So the very last building that we're going to create is another Comcast tower. I believe this is the Center for Technology, where this is just the Comcast building. So we're going to make it right back here, and we're not going to make much of the building because it's behind everything else. And this is the tallest building in Philadelphia. So we're just going to go straight above here and make a little rectangle. All right, then we're going to make a little rectangle platform for that rectangle, and then a short stubby platform, and then one that comes out this direction and goes down and disappears back there. This one's going to come out a little bit, and it's going to disappear back there, and we're going to shadow this one pretty dark, like we really can't see the image of that. I believe that this one might also be a reflective surface too, so the windows almost look like mirrors. Now, we would definitely not have this empty space in between, so you could put another building down here. You see, you can put it right in the front of them, and you can just shadow the whole building, blend it in, and then make some dark window-like dashes in there. And then when you're ready to add some more foliage down at the bottom, I'm just kind of scribbling along the riverbank and making some trees. I can pretend that there are more buildings back here, even just kind of blurring out some gray to make it look like there's more buildings back there. All right, that's it for the day. Good luck on your Philadelphia skyline. And remember, if you're just going to do the skyline on the bank of the Delaware River, like you've already crossed over the Ben Franklin Bridge, then you could just treat this like it was water. And you could even maybe add some clouds up here, like we know how to make clouds, right? And you're done for the day. Best wishes and good luck. See you on day 15, our halfway point. Finally there.